Hello, and welcome to my little corner of the internet where I like to talk about some health shit, some witchy shit, and some political shit. Today, we are going to be talking about all three, because they kind of coincide and mingle and do all of this kind of a thing. I don't know what this is, like church steeple, you know. And there's all the people. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. There was a debate last night. I chose not to watch because, frankly, I'm not an undecided voter, and I can't stand the sound of Trump's voice. There, I said it. I can't stand him. I can't stand his policies. I can't stand his administration. And I don't know why any of that should be controversial, but I can't stand him. I live in a fairly conservative community, and seeing his signs make my blood boil. But I'm trying to get all of that under control. But I can't understand why somebody would think that he would be the best person for the job. I remember in 2016, the day after the election, when the results came in, and my partner came home from work, and I gave him a big hug and collapsed in his arms and bawled my eyes out. Let's just hope that we don't get a replay of that, because that would really suck. Because if you look at his policies that his administration has put in place, they're nothing but meant to hurt people. I could have Englished that better, but hey. I just don't understand it. Maybe it's because of where I grew up, but don't hurt anyone. You know, why is that so hard to understand? Don't hurt others. Do what you want, but harm to none. But hey, that's just my idea. You know, that's my opinion on how people should live their lives. Anywho, this morning I held in my heart when I was doing my meditation and divination, self-care, because I often struggle with that. I think it's the military aspect of me. It's 12 years of active duty will mess with your head sometimes. You know, I feel guilty if I sit down for too long, or my body hurts too if I sit down for too long, or if I move for too long. So that's fun, trying to find a good balance for that. But self-care. What does self-care look like to you? Let me know down in the comments if you have some really good tips or some really bad tips on self-care. What has worked for you? What have people suggested to you that are like, oh my God, you've got to be serious. Those words did not just come out of your mouth. Because we've all heard them. Especially in our chronic illness community, we've heard them, right? So on self-care, I have unplugging. Unplugging is a great thing for a lot of people. However, for those of us in the chronic illness community, a lot of our friends are in there. So unplugging not only cuts us off from like the news, the breaking news alerts, all of that stress that just bombards us lately, but it also cuts us off from our support system, our friends, I really need a vent, but you have no outlet. So that kind of sucks when it comes to unplugging. But getting away or just turning off your notifications or something like that can be really helpful. Reading. I picked this book up earlier this week in between doctor's appointments when we went to the thrift store. And I read some of it and it was pretty good. So that's one way to engage in self-care. I also have a variety of witchy books to fill my time if I so desire. Creating. If you want to create something, it can look so different. If you want to do like an art project, or if you want to do like paper mache, or make homemade cards, which I'm hoping that once I get this handled, that I can get back into making homemade cards. If you want to make videos, that's also creating. That's also a form of self-care, self-expression, and it just helps to get this shit out instead of holding it all in here. Nature. I've always loved nature. It's always been a way for me to recharge. In the military and growing up, I spent at least half my life, if not 3/4, on or near the water. I've also spent most of that time near mountains, so being able to have both mountains and the ocean was awesome. Currently landlocked, so yeah. But we're going to work on that and get me back to my ocean, you know, Little Mermaid me. Tea. Do you want some tea? Do you want some coffee? There's so many different varieties of tea if you just want to like make a cup and just sit. It takes like maybe 10 minutes, including like boiling the water and steeping and stuff like that. And just sit, meditate, enjoy that tea, breathe, and then get back to your life. Get back to your day. Talking with friends, online support, music. I know I'm not the only one where if you hear a song, it just like gets your mood up or gets your mood down, depending on the song, the context, the relationship it has to you. Bath. Yeah, I take a bath almost every day with Epsom salt. It's awesome. I really enjoy it and I really suggest it. It's also the place where I watch my one TV show. Currently, it is a 90210. Yeah, I live in the past, apparently. And then cooking. I love cooking from scratch. I love cooking, I love baking, I love all of that. I'm a green kitchen witch, so every ingredient serves a purpose, and when you bake or cook with intention, it just feels a little bit more sweetened from the heart. Then we have that one. It says guilt. I struggle with it a lot when it comes to self-care because, again, I think as the military, if you have time to lean, you have time to clean. It's taking the time for myself to be able to recharge, to become stronger, better person is a challenge sometimes, you know. It's giving yourself permission to say, okay, I'm just going to pause for a little bit, do X, Y, and Z, and then come back. I feel guilty. My partner is at work, and I feel like I should be just as productive as he is while he's gone, and he works 10-hour days. So in my head, I think, okay, I should be productive for 10 hours a day. But is that realistic? No, not with my chronic health issues, but it's something that I struggle with. So when I pulled today's divination, it helped me to remember that I am enough. That is simply what it says. I am enough. It means you are enough too. And I hope that we have a future where we can all feel like we are enough. I just wonder, like, where we would be if the really horrible people in life gave themselves permission to have a couple of minutes of self-care time, either on a daily basis or whatnot. You know, like the Mitch McConnells, the Donald Trumps, if they gave themselves earlier in their lives a little bit of time to work on themselves, where would we be? Where would we be without toxic masculinity? So, with that, I will leave you. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you in my next video. Remember, wear your mask. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. Just because you might be tired of it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. So, I will see you.